What's up, you guys? It's James Taylor here with another episode of Bet on James, where I use Power BI to make predictions and to bet on NBA players using Underdog. So this video, this game I'm betting on is the 76ers versus the Knicks. The two players I'm looking at are Tyrese and Maxey and Jalen Brunson. So for our injury report, we can see here that Joel Embiid's he's out. Yabusel's out. Eric Gordon, Kyle Lowry, they're all out. And for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson's out, and Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby are day to day. So those two are most likely going to play whenever it's day to day. That means that usually means they're going to decide that day if they're going to play. Usually they play if it's day to day. So let's look at Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is a very good player, very dynamic. He can score on all three levels: free throws, mid-range, 3 points. He can do it all. So this season, he averaging 26 points on 48% field goal. He's attempting 18 shots per game. He's shooting 35% from the three, which is really good. He's attempting 5 and making 2. His attempts are really important because the more he attempts, the more likely he is going to score. So we have to look at that whenever we're looking at where to bet higher or lower. Let's look at him. His current games, he has 22, 26, 22, 36. He had one bad game where he had 8 points, 36, 28, 42. So he's been going above his average of 26. Let's look at what he did last game against the 76ers. The last game he had against the 76ers, he had 28 points, 48% from the field. He shot 18. He shot his average of 5. He only made 1. So he did around what he normally did against the 76ers the last time they played. Last 2 times they played a couple times. They played 2 times. So this is the average. So usually when he plays them, he gets around what he usually does. Let's look at the Knicks as a team. See here, Jalen Brunson is on top of their usage. He's their most used player. Their second most used player is Karl Anthony Towns with 27% usage rate, or 27 usage rate. The third person behind them is at 19, which is Mikal Bridges. So these two are their main focus of the offense. They're going to get majority of the points, majority of the shots. Let's look at Jalen Brunson 3-point. So Jalen Brunson, he attempts a lot of threes. So 32% of his shots are going to be threes, which is good if you want to bet over him, because that means he's going to make more. He's going to get more points because he's going to shoot more threes. He's a really good 3-point shooter, so you can expect that out of him. And their second highest person is Karl Anthony Towns. He attempts a lot of threes for a big man. A lot of his shots are inside mid-range as well. Well, let's look at their defensive players. This is down here at the bottom left. We can see the average DBPM, which is defensive box plus minus. So what that means is whenever a player is out on the floor, is the opposing team scoring more, or are they losing points, or are they not scoring? So right here, Jalen Brunson in the game, the opposing teams are scoring 1.5 points almost 2 points less than what they would have if he wasn't in the game. So we got Mikal Bridges behind them, and the Knicks had a multitude of defensive players that they can throw at the 76ers, especially when they're short-handed with Joel Embiid being out of the game. Let's look at the bottom right of the screen here, the average FGA, which is the field goal attempted by player. We see here Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns both taking up majority of this pie chart. Jalen Brunson, he has 17%, Karl-Anthony Towns at 16%. So I'm expecting Brunson to have a big game this game. So let's look at Maxey stats. Maxey, he's kind of like the same player. He's not the same player, but he's an amazing player. He can do it. He can score in a multitude of ways. This year he averaging 27 points. He's shooting 21. He attempting 21 shots per game. He's shooting 43% from the field, 34% from 3-point. He's taking 9 3 points per game while averaging 6 assists. He's more focused on scoring though. He's a big scoring guard. Recently, 13-point game, 31, 16, 5, 39, 27, 33. But these are, you see a dip here. This is because Embiid came back. So they're really were trying to get Embiid back in motion, trying to get him back into playing shape. So Tyrese Maxey kind of took a step back. I expect him to kind of step it up this game with Embiid out. So I'm looking for him to score more. Even though the opposing team is going to focus in on him, I don't think that would matter. Now let's look at the 76ers as a whole. So you see here, like I said, without Joel Embiid, Maxey is taking the whole brunt of the scoring for the 76ers, with him averaging 27 points. The second highest player without Embiid is Paul George. This is a huge dip here, huge dip in field goals attempt. Maxey has 21, Paul George has 13. If you look at the usage rate, Maxey's at 30, while Paul George is at 20, 23. That's a 7% difference without Joel Embiid. The next highest person behind Paul George is Andre Drummond, so there's 11% dip within the usage percentage. So we expect the 76ers to use Maxey way more this game without Embiid. So my prediction is Jalen Brunson over 26.5 points with Embiid out. I'm predicting that the 76ers are going to focus in on Karl-Anthony Towns, which is the Knicks' second highest scorer, because they are thin. They are thin in their front line, so they have to probably double Karl-Anthony Towns, because if they don't do that, Karl-Anthony Towns is going to kill him, which is going to leave Jalen Brunson open. Jalen Brunson with a one-on-one scenario with Tyrese Maxey, who isn't the strongest defender out there. So I'm predicting he'll have a big game. And I'm also predicting Tyrese Maxey over 27.5 points. Last game he killed the Knicks. He had 33 points. I expect him to have a huge game this game. Embiid being out the game, they don't really have that many scoring options other than Paul George, who has been a shell of himself over this year. He only averaging 16 points. Paul George only averaging 16 points. I don't think he's gonna pick it up this year. He had a couple of injuries that he was trying to get through this year. So I expect Maxey to be used a lot more. And I also think the Knicks have the best chance of winning. The Knicks are for sure going to win this game. They're going to have an easy time winning. That might be a issue with it, depending on the points differential. If the Knicks start blowing the 76ers out, they might take Maxey out. The Knicks might take Jalen Brunson out early in the game, so they might not get the points that they need. But I think these players are going to go over with Embiid being out. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. See you.